Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir.
Yes, you can hear me. A lot of people saying, can't hear you, mate. Kick him off. He's useless. It's me. Jack's on mute. He said lots of lovely things when we started. Thank
Jamie
you.
got my name wrong. It says my name there. And
yes,
this is a guy with real money.
This is live entertainment. We are live. We are going to fuck it up because we don't know how to use a StreamYard. Zach, live cold calling. Talk me through it. What's happening?
Well, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. We've been getting out there. We've been roasting a lot of people's calls at the minute. And we want to give people the opportunity to roast us as well. So we're here to be roasted. Take that as you will.
Be brutal. Be brutal. If you're in the comments and you've got a question about cold calling, or you've got some feedback, or you hear something, you're like, oh my God, I like that. Could you give me some feedback on this? Then we'll do that. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of laughter, a lot of love, and a lot of cold calls. Should we start, Zach Thompson?
Yeah, how do you want to do this? You want to go? You go from the top, I go from the bottom. You know? What I mean?
Should we cold call at the same time?
I would have thought so, and then we'll speak to the first person who connects.
Well, let's do that at the same time. You would have think that two guys hosting a live cold calling show would have planned this out before, but it's live entertainment. We're going into it, and I've just had an email through. Somebody's bought a ticket to our live event tonight, Salesception. We've got 3 tickets left now. If you are looking, it's 65 quid. It's 5:30. It's online. We're teaching you about the psychology tricks of cold calling. Right. Let's go for it, Zach. Let's do some live cold calling. Bloody voicemail.
Sorry, I can't talk right now as well. He was kind enough to send me a little text.
That's very nice. Okay. Let's do some cold calls, have some, and then maybe we can dissect some of the conversations that we've had.
Hey, Jamie, what's good looking and hangs up? Do I get any money if I pull that one up?
7. Jim Duffy in the comments.
Jim.
Hi, you've reached Nick Murphy.
No, let's try again. And this is, sadly, guys, this is the, somebody said, why has this never been a concept before? And I'll tell you why, because we could get to the end of an hour live cold calling and nothing could happen, or something big could happen.
And that's the game we're in, isn't it? It's a game where you should have tried harder in school and you wouldn't have had to do it. But sadly, we're all here.
Voicemail service for...
Another voicemail. Okay. I'm on to dial 5. I think this one's going to pick up. I feel it. I've got a feeling.
We should be using Gemini to coach us on these, Ben. You're right.
We'll put it back in afterwards. We'll put the system.
Who built this data then?
That was me.
It was me.
Could it be?
Maybe.
If you are watching and you do have any questions in the meantime while we are dialing, we might be able to answer some of your favorite sales questions or cold calling questions.
The data is from Cognism.
You've reached change price.
The data's from Cognism, and I'm going to be honest, we usually have an amazing connect rate. So I think it's because it's a little bit old school. We are doing it. Do you remember, Zach, when you set up the business and you were in your bedroom and it
Just
was
this in my hand, the phone, I mean, and Google. No Cognism then.
no Cognism? Voicemails is a big one.
Phone is switched
Yeah, I
off.
leave voicemails if we're doing like account-based marketing. So some of our clients would give us, here's our top 30 accounts. So it might be a case of you could only get hold of a certain amount of people. So I would do it in that regard. If I've got loads of data to go out, I don't worry about it. Hello, Daniel. You're probably going to hate me for this, but I'll be very honest. It's actually a sales call. So you can hang up on me if you like, or let me have 30 seconds. It's totally up to you.
30's good, but I do have to go in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, let's see where we get. So I typically get invited in by ambitious CEOs who are often struggling a bit when it comes to the new business front. So there's maybe a feeling that there's not enough meetings in the diary. As a result, the pipeline's looking a bit bleak. Or it's the opposite problem. They are meeting people, but it's just not the right types of people, and they're trapped in these never-ending deal cycles. I've got a feeling this might be the part where you tell me none of those problems apply and wish me on my way.
All right. Tell you what, let's have the call on Friday late morning, if that's okay. And I can speak a bit more openly.
Friday late, what sort of time's good for you? I don't want to call you before a meeting again.
Yeah, I would thought probably after about 11. I'll be in the car. That's all right. We'll just drive and talk a bit more.
After 11, yeah. And can I ask you one last thing before I let you go?
Sure.
Out of those two problems, which one made you want to have that conversation on Friday?
You're the eternal optimist. Who said either of those problems exist?
Ah, so you just want to have a chat because you like my northern accent?
Well, let's have a chat properly. I mean, I've literally just got to head off to a doctor's appointment. So, yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Chat Friday morning.
Let's do that.
All right.
No problem. Take care. Cheers. Bye. I tried to get some qualification going.
I was going to say, get that unqualified meeting in the diary, stick it in, big deal. Nice one, Zach. First connect.
First connect.
That's what we call in the industry a warm lead. Stick that in your diary. Make sure. Oh, someone said it sounds like a fob off. I've heard fob offs before. I've had a few fob offs actually in my lifetime. Do you want to dissect why you don't think it was a fob off? Because I wouldn't say it was a fob off.
It might be. I mean, that is the way I view things as well. It might be a fob off, but it's, if I put that in my diary as a little follow-up call, there's no concern there, is there? If he rings and he's not interested, whatever, doesn't matter.
Big deal.
Stop asking qualification questions. People are busy.
Okay, let's try one more. Terry Morris said that sounds like a nice warm lead to me. We love a warm lead. As much as I like a warm bath.
If Jim's nice to me, I'll do a call in an American accent, and you can pick the state.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail box.
Okay. Let's try one more. Let's try another one. You fancy another one? And this, sadly, guys, is the joy of cold calling. You can spend all day.
Taking me all the way back to Alabama for this next one. God damn it.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Rosie Dan.
thought that was it. Do you
I
ever
don't
get that? You know, when you call, you get the voicemail and you're like, oh, that's him.
I had a good one the other day where, you know, that old school one, I think one of our mates used to have it, Jack, where it goes like, hello, hello,
Hello, mate.
I've got you.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Go outside. You're like, say it a bit louder, love.
We are calling CEOs of what, Jack? 5 to 10 million, 500, what was it?
So we're dialing CEOs, 11 to 50 employees, 5 to 10 million in revenue. So just going for the C-suite. Just going for the C-suite. Don't want any champions today, sadly. We are just going right to the top. And as you can imagine, when you're calling busy CEOs, they don't answer.
Jim, I've been on a diet, mate. I'm trying to get as narrow as I can.
Welcome to the EE voice.
What would you say your favourite voicemail is?
Well, that's a really good question. Sounds like there's a reason you've asked.
Yeah, I'm just.
BT Mobile.
Oh, I don't like.
We got excited.
You know who's got the most beautiful tone? Jim Duffy won't know this guy because I think he's English. But the guy that says gift gaff, welcome to the gift gaff, really seems fit, doesn't it?
I liked when Sean Bean used to do the only on O2. Free roaming access, only on O2. Used to like that.
I know that one. Right, okay.
Getting a list from Cognism, Edward. Hello, that's not Dom, is it?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Dom. I think you're going to hate me for this, but I'll be very honest. It's actually a sales call. So you can throw your phone out the window or let me have 30 seconds. It's totally up to you.
Right, what are you trying to sell?
Well, I'll fly through it. If you're not interested, I'll never bother you again. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Okay, so I normally get brought in by ambitious CEOs who are often a little bit frustrated when it comes to the sales side of things. So there's usually a feeling that there's not enough meetings in the diary and the pipeline's looking a little bit bleak. Or maybe that's not an issue, but they feel like they're not meeting the right types of people. And as a result, they're trapped in these never-ending deal cycles. But I've got a feeling this might be the part where you tell me none of those problems exist and you couldn't possibly take on another new client.
I think I can make this quite simple. You realise I run a charity.
Ah, you run a charity?
Yes,
Okay, well, I'm guessing you don't need any of that then.
I don't.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask you one last question before I let you go?
Go on then.
Do you know anyone in the B2B space who might be open to a conversation like this, or a high school bully I can go and bother on your behalf?
No, I'm a broadcaster for else as both for charity, so
Makes sense.
my world.
No, makes sense. Right. Well, I'll keep mind of the bargain. I won't bother you again. Appreciate you taking the time. All the best. Take care, mate. Hey, Jack. So how did he sneak in there then, mate?
Well, you know the joys with booking, with sorting any data list. I will be speaking to my data provider very soon.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail box of the account. Sorry.
Welcome to the O2 messaging.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, Ben speaking.
Hello, Ben. I think you're probably going to hate me for this, but I'll be very honest. It's actually a sales call. So I don't know if you want to hang up on me immediately or let me have 30 seconds, then decide.
Depends what it is.
Okay. Can I fly through it? And then if you're not interested, I won't bother you again.
Well, why don't you tell me what it is, and then, I can let you know if
Yeah, let's see where we get. Okay, so I normally get brought in by ambitious CEOs who are a little bit frustrated when it comes to the new business side of things. So they're probably frustrated that there's not enough meetings in the diary as a result of pipelines looking a little bit bleak. Maybe that's not an issue. They are meeting people, but they're not the right types of people. And as a result, they feel like they're trapped in these never-ending deal cycles. But I've got a feeling this might be the part where you tell me none of those problems apply and wish me on my way.
Well, are you an individual consultant or are you part of a bigger company?
If I said I was part of a bigger company, what would you tell me?
That would probably okay.
Okay, but if I was a consultant, you might be more interested.
Potentially.
Okay.
But in a bit.
In a bit.
So we're currently dealing with, pipeline issues. We have people in place that tackle that issue, but if they don't tackle it, then I may be interested to chat.
Okay, so it sounds like I might have caught you when it's on your mind, but perhaps not a problem. Would that be fair? Yeah. Okay. What would you advise me to do if you were in my shoes?
Email me now and then call back in 3 months.
Email you now. Okay.
And don't pound me.
No, of course not. Can I grab the? Weirdly, I've got your mobile number, but I don't have your email. Would that be okay? Can I push my luck and ask you one last question? The pipeline problem that you're having, just so I've got some notes to put down, I don't suppose you could give me an example of what that looks like so that we both know where to kick things off when I do call back in a few months.
We have decent pipeline for like smaller deals, but not bigger deals. So we have a good pipeline for which you don't think about customer base.
No.
Well, so yeah, we basically like enterprise level customers. We need more pipeline there, but we have decent pipeline.
Okay. And it sounds like there's a reason that enterprise has started to be a focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you more if we talk in the future.
Yeah, let's do that. Right. I'll pop you an email.
You can look at our website. That should make sense.
Yeah. I'll pop you an email and then I will put something so you know to expect my call. If you're not interested, you can just delete that and I'll never call you again. Perfect. All right, Ben. Appreciate your time.
Cheers.
Take care. Bye.
I love it. I love watching the Master Chef at work. Should we take a minute? Should we take a minute to talk about that call?
Yeah, let's.
One of the things that I don't know if everybody in the audience has picked up on, the way that Zach starts his calls, similar in what he's saying, but has been different in tonality. So one of the things that you're doing along for each different call, the way it depends on the way they pick up the call. So you're matching tone, which I think is there was one guy that was quite excited and you went into it a bit more, you're going to hate me. And that guy was a bit more, we've got pipeline problems. We want enterprise clients. I'm going to be Mr. Serious. And then you hit him with that. Yeah,
exactly. Jim, it sounds like you're in the wrong chat, mate. You might want to picture some services. One for me and Jack. Yeah. So another little tip, the opener that I use normally, if I was ringing Jack, sometimes regardless of the data provider, if you've not got someone to go and clean it up, you might just need to just load it up and go. If I was ringing Jack, I'd go, that's not Jack at We Have a Meeting, is it? Because sometimes you speak to people and it's the right name, wrong company, they've maybe retired, something like that. So if you just start off with that, you're in. Often people go, yeah, it might be, and you get a bit of intrigue from the start. That's what I do. Right, should we continue, Jack?
Let's continue, mate. I feel unfair. You've had 3. I've had nothing. Let's see if we can get something.
Well, this is Jeremy.
Hello, Jeremy. I'm going to be very honest with you because I'm sure you get bombarded with calls like this. It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to slam the phone back down or let me run through in 30 seconds. Completely up to you.
Yeah, if you could not call me again, that would be great. Are you able to take me off your list?
Absolutely, I can. It sounds like you get a lot of annoying cold calls.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. There we go. First one. You're annoying me. Get out of here. Bang, bang, bang. Sorry, guys. Really feel like I'm letting the team down.
The number you have called is not recognized.
Okay. But remember, guys, the goal isn't to book meetings. The goal is to have a lot of fun.
If you can't have fun,
Go home.
go home. Who is this guy?
Lee speaking.
Hi, Lee. I'm going to be very honest with you because I'm sure you get bombarded with calls like this. It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to slam the phone back down or let me have 30 seconds. Completely up to you.
Yeah, just go on. What you want?
Fair. Well, I'll run through in 30 seconds. If by the end it's not relevant or you hate the sound of my voice, we can leave it there. Is that fair?
Yeah, no problem. Please.
Brilliant. So I'm usually welcomed in by CEOs of ambitious companies. If they are honest, they might be struggling with one of the following problems. So could be a volume issue. They aren't getting in front of enough people. Could be a quality issue. They aren't getting in front of the right types of people. Or maybe it's none of the two that I mentioned, but they've got a new sector or a dream list of clients they've always wanted to work with, but they don't know where to start. I do have a feeling, Lee, this is the part of the conversation where you tell me none of those problems exist and you probably couldn't deal with another customer.
Yeah, I think we believe that all of this is under control for ourselves.
Okay, you believe that all of this is under control?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Well, I guess out of the three things I mentioned, it sounds like there wasn't one that stood out to you at all.
Yeah, I think we're happy for what we have. I think maybe we'll stop here. Yeah, thank you for your call.
Sure. Can I ask you one last question before I let you go, Lee?
Yes, please.
Okay. You said you believe that things are under control at the moment. I guess what would have to happen in the business for you to say, actually, we are open to a conversation about those problems?
I think because we are working in this industry for many, many years, we know where the problem and we know how to resolve it. So I think that's why I think we do not need any additional external advice on this for now.
Okay, so it sounds like in terms of top of funnel, new business, everything's running perfectly at the moment.
Well, nothing is perfect, but we know what we do. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Yeah, okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Very good. Very good.
A lovely man.
So let's talk about that for a second. So often not interested, I think we're okay. Things like that are a knee-jerk reaction to being in front of the sales call. A bit like if you were walking down the street and someone said, have you got any time to talk about Blind Fox's charity or teaching hedgehogs how to whistle? Something like that, you know, like those charities you get called, oh, no, at the minute, I'm a bit busy at the minute. Oh, maybe another time. It's that same thing. And often real life scenarios present themselves in cold calls. So that's just what happened to Jack then. And Jack, rather than accept the knee-jerk reaction, just had a couple of little pushes just to see if there was anything. There was a moment of, well, nothing's ever perfect. Maybe if you caught a different personality, you did that 9 times out of 10. There'll maybe one time where someone, well, okay, nothing's never ever perfect. What is it that you do? Talk to me in a bit more detail. And away we go. So it's always worth doing. There is no such thing as a silver bullet, but what harm is there in trying and not just accepting the first fob off? That's my inspirational message of the day. I've been Zach Thompson. This has been Jack Frimston. And I'll shoot myself in the head.
I thought it was lovely. I think it's the big thing that we're a big fan of is that wishy-washy language. I believe that everything's under control.
Yeah.
What does believe mean? Nice to see that Jim slowed down in the comments. He might have had a heart attack or something. I don't know.
We're just getting you guys.
He's obviously been quite pressured by the live cold calling show.
You guys are
weak. I think I messaged Jim once and I just said, Jim, you fuck.
Oh, what did he respond? He found it really funny.
Yeah, it was so good. I can't remember. Jim, you'll have to let us know. Okay, let's try another one.
I've just remembered something else really funny. There was a time once where this American guy, before we had like the web forms you could fill out, he reached out to me and he's like, "Can we get a meeting there? I really love your stuff." And when we jumped on the
That
call,
was Jim. Who you're talking about now is Jim.
and he was gutted when it was me. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought you were going to do the other one."
He was like, "Are you the guy?"
And then he refused to have the call with me because he wanted to speak to you, not me.
That was Jim.
I was like, "I run the business as well. Are you sure?" He was like, "No, I want to speak to the other one."
Right, we're coming up to the halfway point. We're going to continue with the cold calling. Probably a good time to plug. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel,
Hello, is that Paul? Hello, Paul. I think you're going to hate me, but honesty is the best policy. It's actually a sales call. So you can hang up if you like, or let me have 30 seconds.
I'm right in the middle of writing a presentation. I'm really sorry.
Oh, terrible timing. Okay, I'll try you again. No trouble. Take care. Cheers, mate.
that's it. People are busy. It happens. What was I saying? Yes, YouTube. We've got a live event tonight.
We got Jim's number.
I reckon I could find it. Should we get him on? Let me see.
You guys are weak. You guys
Let
are
me see.
weak.
Let me see if I can find his number.
Lower the voice a bit. Get the Ray Winston going. You're probably close to that. Listen to me, darling. All right.
I messaged Jim and I said, "Nah, you fuck, bro." Right, I've got Jim's mobile number.
Yeah, give it a go.
Okay. Let's see if we can get him on. It is America, though, so I'm going to be honest. If it charges me, I'm going to be so fucking pissed off.
Hey, mate, you're doing all right, aren't you?
I'm doing all right, but not calling Colorado at 3 a.m, all right?
I've seen some of the numbers you ring in the early hours, mate. And he doesn't take cold calls.
No, he's not answering. Maybe we should call 911 and get an ambulance to Jim's house and make sure he's all right. YouTube channel search We Have a Meeting. We've got a podcast, We Have a Meeting. We've just bagged a guest that we can't say, but he's fucking huge. And like you'd look at two schmucks from Blackpool and be like, how have you got that guy on the podcast?
Yeah.
So if you're not subscribed on Spotify, Apple, all of that shit, give it a follow. I think you'll enjoy it. We have a lot of therapists on. We have a lot of psychologists on talking about like the psychology of human beings and actually understanding people. So I think it might be beneficial. Who knows?
Jim, I thought it was going to be the other one. Hello, Ron. Is that Ron? Oh, hello, Ron. I think you're going to hate me for this, but I'll be very honest. It's actually a sales call. So you can throw your phone out the window or let me have 30 seconds. It's totally up to you.
You can have 30 seconds.
Okay, I appreciate that. So I normally get brought in by ambitious CEOs who are often a little bit frustrated on the new business side of things. So there's a feeling that there's maybe not enough meetings in the diary. As a result, the pipeline's looking a little bit bleak. Maybe that's not an issue. They are meeting people, but it's not the right types of people, and they're trapped in these never-ending deal cycles and want to speed that up. But I've got a feeling this is the part where you tell me none of those problems apply and I need to jog on.
Indeed. Sorry.
No, that's okay. You're one of the fortunate ones.
I'm an ex-KPMG partner and ex-IBM exec, so I work on the strategic selling operation and it's working, thanks.
Oh, you're one of the lucky ones. No, that's no problem at all. Do you mind if I ask you one last question then before I let you go?
Yeah, sure.
I don't suppose you know anyone who's maybe a bit less fortunate than you, or a high school bully I can bother on your behalf?
Not off the top of my head. But,
No.
But thanks for the call.
No problem at all. Wish you continued success. Appreciate the time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
I've just had a look, Zach. I'm going to share a little stat with you. How many people do you think are watching right now?
4.
Times it by 100.
400 people are watching that.
Just shy of 400 people, but we've only got Jim in the comments going mad at us. Don't know how it's working. So this is a regular event now, guys. Me and Zach have committed to put our money where our mouth is. We run an agency where our team do cold calls on behalf of our clients. So we thought, why not put our money where our mouth is if we can promote cold calling and do it live on LinkedIn every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We've got a few ideas. We want to have a few special guests come and join us. We want to get some people cold calling with us. We want to get some people bring in some products, so we're not just necessarily cold calling for ourselves. And I'd like to do something where we test out some different data sets, and I'd also like to do something where we get a couple of different like SaaS tools and be like, right, which dialer is better? So if you know anybody or you want to be involved, message us and let us know. Keep the comments coming. Let's keep dialing.
All right. It's nice, Thomas.
Hello, Chris speaking.
Well, that's not Chris, is it? Oh, hello, Chris. I think you're going to hate me for this, but I'll be very honest. It's actually a sales call, so you can hang up if you like, or let me have 30 seconds. It's totally up to you.
I mean, hanging up might be a bit rude, but I'm not going to give you 30 seconds.
Okay.
Politely decline the call.
Okay. Who's going to hang up then?
Well, we can hang up simultaneously.
Should we do it together? Okay. What should we do? On the count of 3?
Oh, see, you're making me last 30 seconds now. So it's you. I'll let you go. Apologies. Have a good day.
Okay.
Cheers, bye.
I like that.
You got to have fun with this stuff, haven't you?
Hello.
Hello, that's not Dylan, is it?
It is.
Hello, Dylan. I'm going to be very honest with you because I'm sure you get a lot of calls like this. It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to throw the phone against the wall or let me run through in 30 seconds. Completely up to you.
You've got 10 seconds.
I've got 10 seconds. I've never done it in 10 before, but I'll try. If I said I'm usually welcomed in by CEOs of ambitious companies who might be struggling with one of the following problems. Could be a volume issue, aren't getting in front of enough people, or maybe a quality issue, they aren't getting in front of the right types of people. You're probably going to tell me none of those problems exist in your world. You probably can deal with another customer and everything's perfect.
We're good, thank you. We're dealing with another lead gen company, so we're good. Thank you very much.
You're dealing with another lead gen company. Okay. I guess, can I ask you one last question before I let you go?
Yeah.
Sure. What was it that made you engage with a lead generation company in the first place?
Just reviewing where we were with the salespeople, cost of sales. Are there other people who can do lead gen for us? And then we have sales guys convert leads. So a whole host of different metrics really we're looking at.
Okay. And it sounds like since this lead generation company has come in, those problems have disappeared and things are running perfectly.
So far, so good. So far, so good. So, but yeah, there's quite a few lead gen companies out there, as I'm sure you know. So with one we've gone with, it was somebody else had used them, so they came highly recommended. So yeah, so far, so good. So, but thanks for the call.
No worries. That's fair. Okay. Well, lovely speaking. Can I ask one last? I know I've had my one last question. Could I push my luck and ask one more before I let you go?
Go on then.
Yeah. I mean, what would, obviously it sounds like they're doing a perfect job at the moment. What would have to change in the future for you to?
Mate, that's one for my commercial director. So we're good at the moment. Thanks anyway.
Okay.
Cheers.
Lovely speaking to you. Take care. Love you.
Very good. Very good. Same again. Just staying to find out. I like the angle of all things should root back to a problem. So people do the one last question. It's a great trick. Often people use it as a hard disqualify. Can I ask you one last question? It sounds like everything's probably perfect then. Yeah, fuck off. or they use the referral thing. We're seeing some success with looping back to a problem. I think we've already got something for that already. They mentioned we've already got a lead gen agency at the minute. Jack used a technique where he looped back to a problem. When you brought them in, what was the problem you were trying to fix? And then he went back to, I'm guessing now that you've got them in place, that problem's gone away completely. And the guy was like, oh, it's not me, it's the commercial director. There was probably something to explore in that, not with the right person, and maybe one to call back in a few months' time. So well done, Jack.
Thanks, mate. Your praises. Oh, we're getting a call back.
Ah, yes.
Hello, Jack speaking.
Hello, Jack. It's Chris Newlands here. I have no idea who this number is, so I missed call from yourself.
Yes, you might hate the fact that you've actually called back, Chris. I'll be very honest. It was a sales call, so I'll give you the choice now. You can hang up the phone, or you can let me run through in 30 seconds why I chose to call you.
You get 30 seconds, go.
Okay. Well, Chris, I'm usually welcomed in by CEOs of ambitious companies. If they are honest with themselves, they might recognise one of the following problems. So could be a volume issue. They aren't getting in front of enough people. It could be more of a quality issue. So they aren't getting in front of the right types of people. Or maybe it's actually none of those two, but there's a new sector or a dream list of clients that they've always wanted to work with, but they don't know where to start. This is the point of the call where you now tell me none of those problems exist, everything's perfect, and you probably couldn't deal with another customer, Chris.
So none of those problems exist, but we do have other problems. But I'm not prepared to tell you what they are. So how's that?
That's a very, I'd be a very bad salesperson if I didn't try and push, but I know it's a sensitive subject. You said none of those problems exist, but you do have other problems, but it sounds like
Correct.
Those problems don't exist in the world of new business and generating revenue.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
How's that?
I know a few good doctors. I don't know if that would ever help you solve any of the
No,
problems.
I am a lunatic. I understand that, but I'm changing the world, mate. So that's what happens. You're a lunatic. So I say that with all sincerity. So on the basis of that, it has been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Can I ask one last question before I let you go?
You may.
Sure. I guess you don't know anybody who is more open to discuss their problems on a cold call with a stranger who you might want to send me their way.
You're right.
I'm right. I thought I would be. That's the first time this week I've been right, but it's a pleasure speaking to you, Chris.
You too, sir. Have a nice one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the call. Cheers. Bye. Press luck.
Now, there was a slight accent thing on there, but I'm almost certain that man just said to you, I'm a lunatic.
Yeah, no. It wasn't an accent. It reminds me of that podcast episode where we were doing an episode of Roast My Call, and you were like, yeah, that guy sounds pissed off. And I'm going to say it. It's because he's Scottish.
He wasn't Scottish.
He wasn't Scottish, no. Yes, he said he was a lunatic. He said, I don't have those problems, but I do have problems. I mean, in the words of Julia Michaels, I've got issues. You got them too. Okay.
I've just spotted you've put the sectors on the side of this. That's helpful. Farming, I probably won't ring them.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, God. Were you nervous to do this?
It's not nervous, but it's one of those that you're putting your money where your mouth is. We talk a lot about cold calling, and then it's a case of like showing people. I think with LinkedIn as well, it's very easy to show the good bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
People don't see the hour of voicemail, rejection, people self-diagnosing themselves as lunatics, Jim in your DMs saying, do you want to fuck? I'm a madman. Those kind of things. You don't see that.
I remember once someone telling me to kill myself on a call, and I thought, at the end of it, I just looked at my phone and thought, is this worth it? Oh, 10:30.
The joy of cold calling.
Someone literally just said, kill yourself.
going to say, guys, for the amount of people that are watching at 3 o'clock,
When our team booking a meeting now, they should be on there.
I was going to say, for the amount of people that are watching on a Wednesday afternoon at 3, thank you. You should probably be working or doing the bit that drives the revenue. We would do it at 5 o'clock, but obviously it's a cold calling show. But thank you so much. I like this. Someone's just said, I'm enjoying this show very much, but I'm struggling to see how this is a profitable endeavor. How are you planning to grow your business?
It's amazing. It's an amazing.
I think the phrase is there's no such thing as bad publicity. Okay. I swear to God, if anybody from my team who's watching this right now, get back on the phones, please. Okay.
I'm really afraid, nearly booking. I'm not. Someone just used the word email in here. I've never heard of that before. Do you know what that is?
An email? No, I think it's a new type of gender.
New type of gender.
An email. Sorry, guys.
Tim Roll, hello.
Hello.
Tim.
Yep.
Hello, Tim. I'm going to be very honest with you because I'm sure you get bombarded with a lot of these.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, go on, quick.
It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to slam the phone back down or let me have 30 seconds.
I've taken the call, but I'm actually on. I'm talking to someone else on Teams. So
You're talking to someone else. Okay.
drop me a note about what it's about by SMS, right? And then I'll respond to that.
Sure. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Bye.
I won't bother you again. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay. So I normally get brought in by ambitious businesses who are struggling a little bit on the new business side of things. So there's often a feeling that there's not enough new business meetings in the diary. As a result, the pipeline looks a little bit bleak. Maybe that's not an issue, but they're not meeting the right types of people. And as a result, they feel like they're trapped in these never-ending deal cycles that seem like they're always in that maybe, might do stage. But I've got a feeling this is probably the part where you tell me none of those problems apply and you couldn't possibly take on another new client.
A very polished pitch, but it's not something that we're about to spend money on. It is something that we are trying to improve.
Okay.
But we have a whole plan around what we're doing and stuff. So it's not something that we're going to spend money on for an outsourced service. But thank you anyway.
No problem. Do you mind if I ask one last question before I let you go?
Go for it.
When you say it's not something that you want to spend money on, I'm guessing, and I might be making a wrong assumption here, you've got a team in-house and you're planning on focusing on those first, or I might be miles off.
Kind of. It's not that I said that we don't want to spend money on it. It's that we don't want to spend money on outsourced businesses to help us with it. We have a few outsourced support mechanisms that kind of fuel our pipe gen, but we've got all that really well covered, and we're working through that with close relationships. So it's not something that we're looking for a new provider on.
Okay. Can I push my luck and ask one last one?
Go for it.
What would have to change in the future to maybe make you consider having a further conversation with me, or would you say you would never want to have a conversation with me again?
One of those relationships with our existing support providers would have to go catastrophically wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's never happened, so...
It's probably quite unlikely.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, look, you've been really courteous with your time. I appreciate it, and I'll keep mind of the bargain. Won't bother you again.
You're welcome. Very polished pitch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
You too. Cheers.
He kept saying a well-polished pitch like it was a dig, but that's a lovely compliment.
No, I think he was being nice about it. I think you're just beautiful.
Yeah, nice one, mate. It's well polished.
Nice
mate, your
one.
shoes are well nice.
Oh, you sound good at your job, you piece of shit.
400 people still watching live, 45 minutes in. That is mental. Who would have thought that so many people would care about cold calling? If you do want to get better at cold calling, we do have a class on tonight. It's an hour. It's £65. It's all about psychology. There's 3 tickets left. You can find them on our profile, or you can send us a message and we'll send it over. If you want to work with us, we're too expensive. You probably would not like working with us. Should we dial?
Let's. Fucking hell, I miss Jim so much. You guys are weak.
Hello.
Hello, is that John?
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, hi, John. I'll be very honest with you, because I'm sure you get bombarded with calls like this. It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to slam the phone back down. Or...
I'm in a meeting at the moment, so I can't take sales calls. So I'll close the call. Thank you. Bye.
That's absolutely fair. Thank you. He hung up on me.
Well, meeting.
That's a nice message to see. Dropped in here after a meeting. You both got me amped up to get back on the phones. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I give for people like that are cold calling, have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, then what is the point? If you sat there thinking, oh my God, I have to do this. This is awful. It will be awful. You've got to enjoy it. It is hard, but have some fun with it. Cool. Right. I'm going to call him back another day. Let's have a look.
Oh, hold on. Call back. Hello, Zach speaking.
Hello, I just missed your call. It's Robert Williams.
Oh, hello, Robert. You're probably going to hate me for calling back. It's actually a sales call, so I don't know if you want to hang up on me or let me have 30 seconds. It's totally...
No, I'm going to sign the call. You just drop me an email. So I don't know if I'm going to get my personal mobile, but anyway, yeah. Drop me an email, I'll have a look.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Cheers.
Right, thanks, mate.
Should have probably stick around for one last question then, but there we go.
You can sometimes hear the resistance and you think, is it worth pissing people off? Like the goal of cold calling is to find people that genuinely want to have a conversation that might be motivated to solve that problem. The goal isn't how many people can I piss off.
The goal isn't how many people can I fuck. Sorry.
Remember, you will die, guys. Memento mori.
Hello, darling. Is that Jim? Hello, Jim, you little mug.
Alex Walters.
Voicemail. So yeah, guys, if anybody is thinking about maybe I'd like to do some live cold calling with Jack and Zach, drop us a message. If you think that there's someone you'd love to see this, tag them in it. Tag your favorite B2B influencers.
Hello, that's not Brian, is it?
Who's calling?
Well, I'll be honest, Brian, it's actually a sales call, so you might want to hang up on me or you can let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
I don't take sales calls.
Oh, no.
All right, thank you very much.
What would we do with the money?
So, right, while I've got you, Zach, I've done a video on this today and I'm going to upload it on YouTube later.
Yeah.
I was actually recording it and I got a cold call. So in between this video, it's like a 6-minute video. The topic of debate is, should CEOs who have a team that make cold calls be allowed to say, I don't take cold calls?
Should CEOs have a sales team be allowed to say, I don't take cold calls?
CEOs that have a sales team that cold call be allowed to say, I don't cold call? What, in the comments, what do you think?
It's a bit like saying I've never kissed a man, but I've kissed a man who has.
Yeah. I don't know why I said like I have.
Well,
Kissed
look,
a
man,
man.
I've done a few nights out with you.
Yeah, we know.
Should they be allowed to? No, but then I think presented evidence should be challenged. So if someone's stuck around, like, I don't take sales calls, you might want to challenge that a bit more. Okay, so it sounds like you don't have a sales team of your own that are out there trying to do exactly what I'm doing right now.
1,000,000%. And it is hypocritical, but I think that a lot of people are taking to LinkedIn to slag off said decision makers. And I think like you can only focus on what you can control. Like, so if someone says, oh, I don't take sales calls. Cool. Well, if they don't, you can't control that. All you can control is what you ask them, your tone, your manner, stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to see a Jewish bloke rant on YouTube, I'm going to upload that later.
Don't call me that.
Right. Let's get a few more in.
And what about the calls?
Oh,
Steady on.
buy me a drink first, love.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to try and be someone completely upper class. Cool.
Hello, is that Adam?
It is.
Hello, Adam. I'm going to be very honest with you because I'm sure you get bombarded with calls like this all the time. It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to throw your phone against the wall or...
Thank you very much for letting me know I'm not interested. Thank you very much.
No worries. It sounds like you're having a bad day. You're not my real father.
I'll give you a couple of things that I do with those ones, yeah. Just having fun, isn't it? I say, what do I do with the lottery money? That's the first one. And that gets people to stop and go, what? And I say, see, you shouldn't say you're not interested before you know what it is. And they normally laugh. Or I pick a name. I say, oh yeah, Jim said you'd say that. And they go, what? Who's Jim? And then sometimes it gets a bit of a smile and a laugh and a moment of like, oh, what is it? I'm curious now. So still have fun, no matter how much of a meanie someone is to you.
People are going to be meanies in life. We've got 8 minutes left. We're going to do a few more cold calls. If you've got some questions, now is your time to hit them in the question box, in the comments, comment underneath, hit us with some questions. We'll try and answer them.
Hit me with your man shot.
If you are looking to work with We Have a Meeting, if you are struggling to get in front of your dream prospects, I will be the advertisement.
You remind me of when you do that. You remember in Blackpool, those blokes that work in the arcades with the fake horse racing. You are looking to join the game for the next one. I am accepting new participants. It's available.
This is Kat.
I love names like that. I can't say the full name because people will find him, but it's a good one.
Do you ever have it when you start typing the number in your phone and then someone's name comes up that you know and you're like, wait a minute. And it's like one digit off. Do you think there is a specific time and days people answer calls more, struggling with connection rates? Depends what kind of data set you're doing. We're running a report at the moment, which is going to be launched soon. But basically, the data says no. The data says, yeah, you might get a margin, but not like massively.
Yeah, there's not much in it. I think we thought there would be more in it. Even like type of company, job role, there's nothing, no like serious drop-off rates anywhere.
Ben said, do you take cold calls and how do you roll with them? I
Yeah.
will take all cold calls. Obviously, I feel like I'd be a hypocrite. And I just play the game.
Last week I had someone ring me saying, I'm looking to set up an exact business like yours. And I just wanted to know how you did it. And I told him how I did it. And then I had another guy who I think might be in here who rang me and just said, he just pitched me like it was a normal cold call. And then when I know that you wouldn't be interested in that, I just wanted to get your feedback on how you think I did. So, and me and Jack, we're budget holders, we're buyers. The amount of sales calls we don't get is fucking embarrassing.
That's that we've got absolutely no authority. That's why we've got an ops director. We can't be trusted.
Now, what was that last thing we bought? That Moroccan budgie in our offices that smokes.
Hello, is that Kate?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Kate. I'm going to be very honest because I'm sure you get a lot of calls like this. It is a sales call. I don't know if that makes you want to slam the phone back down or let me run through in 30 seconds. Completely up to you.
Where are you calling from?
Great question. I guess, can I run through in 30 seconds? And if it's not relevant or you hate the sound of my voice by the end, we can just leave it there. Is that fair?
Sure, okay.
Brilliant. So, Kate, I'm usually welcomed in by CEOs of ambitious companies. If they are honest with themselves, they might recognise one of the following problems. So, could be a volume issue. They aren't getting in front of enough people. Could be a quality issue. They aren't getting in front of the right types of people. Or maybe it's none of those, but they've got a dream sector or a list of clients as long as their arm that they've always wanted to work with, but they just can't get in front of. I do have a feeling this is the part of the conversation where you tell me none of those problems exist and you probably couldn't deal with another customer, even if you wanted.
No one's saying that to you, I'm sure.
No one.
No, but we have someone who does this for us already, so I appreciate you contacting me. But yeah, I've got a lead gen person already.
No worries. That's absolutely fair. I guess so.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fair. Can I ask one last question before I let you go? Sure. So you said no one's saying that to me, which is an interesting thing. I guess out of the three things I mentioned, more people, quality, or a dream sector, what one did stand out to you the most?
No, I'd like all three, if I'm honest.
All three?
Yeah, but listen, this is not going to go anywhere. So I don't want to waste your time all night because I've already got an agency that handles this for me. But I appreciate the call.
That's fair. You're not wasting my time. I'm enjoying this. This is my secret hobby. I don't even get paid for this.
No, really. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got to go now. Thank you so much, though.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Can I say something?
Don't
let your wife hear that. Because that was outrageous. I know what you're doing. I've seen that twinkle in your eyes before.
She's at the Sea Life Centre with the babies.
I've seen that smile on your face before.
Start rubbing my biceps like that.
Yeah.
We got 3 minutes, 2 minutes left. So I think that concludes our first live cold calling show. It's been a lot of fun. Please give us your feedback because, as you know, it's your chance to roast us. We're open.
If you want us to do it again, chuck it in the comments now. If you don't want us to do it again, chuck it in the comments now.
Yeah, say do it again or don't do it again. Or just give like a smiley face or a sad face. Let's see a bit of, come on, something for the ego.
Everyone's agreeing with me there, mate, that you were flirting. You don't even know you're doing it, do you?
It's just my demeanour. It's my nature. Anyway, so yes, let's see. We will be back next week.
That's not a real person's name. George Daddy. Saying you're flirting with a name like that.
I'm not your daddy. Do it again. Smiley faces. Cole, I'll be the one. Zach is better in cold calling. Jack has the pretty face. Very kind. Do it again. Only coming back if Jim comes back. I'm going to get Jim on the... I'm going to try and get Jim on the show next week to do some live cold calling. Let us know who you want to see. Drop us some message. Give us some feedback. Thank you. This has been the first live cold calling show. You've been a very lovely audience. Thank you.
Champ.
That's my mother-in-law is watching. So
who is? Tracy.
Tracy, that's going to be a fun conversation with Tracy and Zoe later on. Thank you guys. See you later. Bye-bye now.